Well, good morning. I have figured out Facebook Live, and I unfortunately have a whole bunch of windows popping up as this is my first time. So just give me a moment to close everything, and I think we're okay. So, I have no idea how to tell if somebody is here or not, but let's see if someone can send me a message. Oh, I have one person watching. I'm happy. All right. Kokutsurachi, right? Sensei. Makuso. So you mate, show me, right? Otagami, right? And if you're down inside Seiza, please get up. So, as a first Facebook Live video, and for my wonderful friend Yaram, I'll be teaching or going over today Chinte with some more real-life bunkai, or not standard dojo bunkai, as well going through Uchi and a different take on Uchi from how we use them most of the time. So, let's get started with Chinte. I'm hoping you already have some knowledge of Chinte before you do this. I will do the kata once facing you, then I will turn around and do the kata once facing the other way so you can try and follow. And then I'm going to start going over some important points and then some application for it. So let's start with Chinte for the first time. Right? Chinte. Yoi. Each, ni, san, shi, go, ro, sich, ku, hai, ju, each, ni, san, shi. Go, rook, sich, ku, ju, ich, ni, san, shi. Go, rook, sich, hach, ku, ju, ni, hai, san, shi, go. Kokutsurachi, right. Okay, now I'm going to turn around and see if that helps for those of you who need a refresher on the kata. Right? Chinte, yoi. Each, ni, san, shi, go, ro, sich, ku, ju, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hach, ku, ju, ich, Okay, so that's 2 views of Chinte. Pardon me, it's colder up here. So, Chinte was always, was first taught to me by Uchi Sensei, and he instructed us that it means interesting or unique hand. Now, I do find a lot of very interesting hand motions throughout this kata, and I'd like to talk about a few of them. But first, let's go over the specific points that I want to talk about for this. So, first one is the first 2 moves. From here, a lot of people end up with a very short arm as compared to reaching out. They also do a small motion here as compared to a nice, big, circular motion. Now, that's going to be necessary. We use circles as compared to straight lines when someone is closer to us. And I just wanted to show that briefly. So, Sophia, could you come here, please? I have an assistant so I can show you things. Okay, if Sophia grabs me, and she's got me, then I can trap her hand. So I'm in this position. Now from here, she's really close. If I just do this, it's not going to be a very effective or strong technique. But if I come up and then down, then I get more distance between, so I can actually use this technique more effectively or hit harder. So this is really good. The other thing I can do is, if I go short, I miss her. I have to go long enough. The other thing that's a bonus is if I push, now she can't see. If I'm pulling and pushing. So then she doesn't have the opportunity to attack me again. So reaching out is important. Thank you, Sophia, for that. We'll be back in a moment. Okay, so remember, these points, big up and out. Nice and extension. But not straight arm, always little bend. Never straighten the arm all the way. So that's move 1 and move 2. Then another important point is your feet for the tate shuto. So if I am here in furudachi, tate shuto, from this point, if my back heel, if it moves back, then where my punch is, stays the same as where my hand is. I can't punch any further. If my toes move instead, and I do this motion, I go further. And that is very important with a partner. If you can't reach your partner, then there's no point in the movement. You're wasting energy. So, Sophia. So let's say Sophia punches me with her left hand. So I'm here, right? Now, I'm in a furudachi, and I've got my tate shuto, just as an example. If my back heel goes out, I can't reach her. Doesn't matter how strong I am, I can't reach. So this back foot, the toes have to move. You have to stay on your heel, and then I can push through her. But my feet are in the same spot. I just changed from furudachi to Kokutsurachi. So being able to move your seiga tendon and your body center over or back is very important in this kata. Thank you, Sophie. So that, making sure that that back heel comes forward in your tate tsuki, or vertical punch. Now, the other place that's important is the first kiai point, which is the tate empi. From here, I'm in tate tsuki, or I'm in my furudachi, right? And now, same idea. If I move my heel back and do my elbow, there's no way my elbow will reach my opponent. From here, I have to push from the heel, move the toes, and go forward into that elbow. Then from this position, hand comes down, straight down for that shuto uke. So that is one count, but you have to move forward, then turn. So from here, I want to move forward, then turn. My body doesn't really go anywhere from that point. It stays. Next important point for Chinte is your hand and foot timing is always important in every kata. But for this one specifically, after the last shuto, after the last shuto, you're going to kick, kosa uke. Then when you go forward, as you bend your knees, that's when you catch. Then as you stand up, that's when you do the circle. Now you have to try to make your hands and your legs move at the same time. Begin at the same time, finish at the same time. And with this move, it's a little harder. Most people want to stand up right away, but you want to stay low. As you stay low, everything should try to finish at the same time. And that will take a little bit of practice. Next points for Chinte, again with the circular motion as compared to a straight motion. So let's say, for example, I'm here in my Sadiashidachi, and then the next motion is up, over, knock. Up, over, knock. Then in. So these motions from here, if I do it facing you, you want to make sure that, again, it's not a small motion in forward. That's not going to be effective or useful for your partner, depending on how close they are. You want to make sure that it comes up. That it comes up and down. A nice big motion. And same with this one, not a small motion, but up and down. And then for other important points, most of it is just stay low and level. So as you're moving from a from a fudodachi to a Kokutsurachi, your body doesn't go up and down. You want to stay. Then after you move to your Kokutsurachi, you want to keep this height, moving low and pressing out. Again, with slow motions, timing of the hands and feet is important. So after I've done my first Tatetsuki, let's say, as my foot starts to move, my hand starts to move. Same time. Then your hand should always be moving with your foot and stop with your foot. So make sure not to cover, step, and then put out your hand. Try to always make your hand start and finish with your legs. You might move slower in the beginning, but this way your legs will eventually get faster and faster. Now, I'm going to do the kata twice more, just to take you through it, and then we're going to start going in the bunkai, or application for the kata. So, first off, I'll face you. Keep in mind that my hands will be opposite yours. If I'm coming here, my left leg is back. So keep that in mind. This is my right leg, this is my left leg. So as you're watching it, just so you get the correct sides and turns. Then I will turn around, and if I move to the left, I'm going to, oh, that doesn't work. It's not the same as Zoom. I apologize, you guys. So keep in mind, I'll say sides to try to help with video, but video is really not the place to learn a kata. Please go to your sensei. Please ask a senpai, or even a kohai who understands the kata. You can get knowledge from anyone. It doesn't matter if they're higher or lower ranked than you. Everybody has a different view, and anyone can teach you something if you look for where it is. So, Chinte twice more, then how to use Chinte with a few ideas. Right? Chinte. Your. Starting with your right hand. Each. Ni. Sun. Shi. Yo. elbow straight, kiai. That's kiai point number 1. Ju, hai. Ich, ni, san. Shi, go. Rook. Sich. Hach. Ku. Ju. Ich, ni. San. Shi. Go. Rook. Sich. Hach. Ku. Ju. Ich. Ni. San. Hai. Shi. Go. Rook. Sich. Kokutsurachi. Red. Okay. I'm going to turn around. Keep in mind that Facebook Live seems to reverse the screen. So this is my left hand. This is my right hand. Just keep that in mind as you're trying to follow. Okay? Right? Chinte. Yoi. Ich. Ni. San. Shi. Go. Ro. Sich. Ach. Ku. Hai. Ju. Ich. Ni. San. Shi. Go. Rook. Sich. Ah. Ku. Ju. Ich. Ni. San. Shi. Go. Rook. Sich. Hach. Ku. Ju. Ich. Ni. Hai. San. Shi. Go. Kokutsurachi. Right. Okay, that's going over the kata twice more just to get it in your head to look at it. Again, please ask your sensei, senpai, or kohai to learn this kata, then come back to the video and see if you can go over some of the things I've showed you. Now, my favorite part, the application, or how to use. So, I'm going to call on my lovely assistant. Okay. So, most of the time, or growing up in karate, I saw applications meant for the dojo. I saw attacks in downward block, stepping punch. Now, outside the dojo, I don't see that happening. Outside the dojo would be a punch. And that is how I see kata to defend yourself. Not against other karateka, but against people outside on the street. So let's go over some of those options. So, first one, something to talk about is most people are right-handed. So they're strong with their right and they're going to try to hit with their right. They might grab with their left and then swing with the right. So most of our kata, you notice, go to the left side. And that's based on having a right hand punching at you. So it makes sense. Next, if Sophia grabs you. So it doesn't matter if it's one hand or two, right? It doesn't matter. The first move of the kata is here. So I'm going to try. Then maybe I'm going to hold on. And which arm depends on which side you want to go to. If I put my left arm or my right arm underneath, then I'm going to grab her arm. I'm going to come out to the side, and then I'm going to push her down from that point. If I want to go to the other side, same thing. I'm going to grab underneath with the left, and then come around. Either way, I want to move to a side. So if I'm over here, she has a harder time hitting me with this free hand. And then if I push this out, now it's almost impossible for her to hit me with that free hand. So in kata, when we don't start from shizentai, but we start here, 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 That's because something has happened, and we are using that. So this you want to think of as a grab and then a hit. Otherwise, we would probably start from here. So, first move. Actually, Sophia, can you go to this side for a moment? Thank you. Okay, let's say she grabs me with her left hand. So, she's got me ready to hit me with her right hand. So, I don't want to stay here. I want to turn to the side, grab, just like the kata, and then you notice it's my right hand, like the kata. I come around and I come down here. Now, she still has a free hand. So if she wants, she can try to punch me with that hand, but I'm going to step in to here, which is the first move of the kata. Like that. So the first move of the kata is here, here, and then a step forward, shooting out double agyuke or shuto agyuke. So that is for in case she punches again. Now, remember how I said you want to extend and get close distance with this. So if she grabs me one more time, I'm going to catch and I'm going to turn away from that hand. I'm going to come up and over. She tries to hit me, I'm going to step in. Now the next move is tate shuto, but I'm going to turn her this way so you can see a little bit better. There we go. So she's grabbed me, I've done here, right? Then I push to the side in the kata. It doesn't matter if you step forward or push to the side, but let's keep it like the kata. So I'm going to take her hand, I'm going to take my other hand, and I'm going to turn. So now I'm in furudachi, her arm is pulled up, her head is down, and now there's your punch. So to keep in mind, just one moment, Sophia. So to keep in mind, someone grabs you with their left hand. You trap it, you hold on to it with the underhand. You come across and hit them. Then they're going to try to hit you with the other hand maybe, so you step forward and lift. Lock that other hand, push them away, then hit them. So very simple, and simple usually works best. You don't want to make these complicated. Okay, next one is we have 2 tate tsukis and then 1 tate empi going to the back. So you can do push the head away, hit the head. That one's very simple. But I don't like leaving them there. I like moving the person so they're not still there after. So, come to this side, Sophia, for a moment. So, let's say we've done that whole circus again, right? Where she's grabbed, I've turned, I've hit, she tries to punch, I step in and block, I push her, but now what do I want to do? Instead of just punching again, I'm going to grab behind. So instead of being in front, I'm going to come behind. Now I'm going to pull her to my elbow. As I do that, she's going to come down. Now the next move in the kata is a turn shidouke, mawate shidouke. So I'm going to grab here, and grab here, and turn and roll her into that motion. So you want to think of this as a throw, okay? So after I have her and I hit with that elbow, remember how I said in the kata you want your hand to come down. Down for that shuto. This is why. Once you come up, it's not a huge grab. Her head's right here. So I just have to get my hands there, and then I turn, keep my body here, and throw her to the ground with both hands. Both hands move in the same direction. This is not going to be a turn, reach, and set, and then do opposite rotation. This is direct rotation. And again, having a partner to try this on really helps. Okay, next idea that nobody really told me about, and I have to give credit to, I like a lot of Sensei Ian Abernathy and Sensei David Gimberline. He's given me some really good ideas to start working off of both of them. So gentlemen, if you ever see this, thank you. So now, another way of getting out. These moves always confused me. Why do we go in a big circle around the body? So here's one idea for that. Sophia grabs me, one hand or two, it doesn't matter, and I want to get out. If I just, please resist. Okay. If I pull, it's not going to work. If I do this, she's still holding on to me. I'm trying this move and it's not working. If I try this move, she's not going anywhere either. She's still, her arms will bend, but she's still grabbing. But instead, what if I go up, over, and side? Now she's off of me. So it doesn't matter whether it's one hand or two hands. And if she grabs with one hand, then that decides which way I go. So let me go this way a little bit so you can see. So she's grabbing me with her right hand, which means her left hand is free to punch. So I don't want to go this way into the punch. I want to go away from the punch. And now she's turned. Now that actually sets up for the next two moves. So whether you go to the left or whether you go to the right, it doesn't matter. It's just depending on which arm she uses and which way is safe. Now the next move is, after here, here, and then here. Now you notice that from after the kakiwakeru, after here, your knee goes forward. It's not back here with my other leg, it's forward. And this pulls down. So for me, that sets up after here, and you'll notice she'll turn when I do this. So, grab one arm, please. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. So from here, normally her strong arm's her right hand, so she's not going to grab me with that, but she does everything with her right hand, so it's okay. So I don't want to move to here. That's where it's dangerous. I want to move away from there. So I'm going to take my hands up and turn. So you see she has her back, and I'm here. Now the next move is here, but I'm going to think of it as here. So my hands are up, but I've grabbed her. Then the next move is pull down and pull back, and knee. That's my pull down. Now, if you do a hisa carry in the tailbone and you break their tailbone, they're not walking properly. They're not chasing you. It'll be really easy for you to get away. So if she grabs with the other hand, like she normally would if she was going to hit me, just so you can see a little better angle, I'm going to pick my hands up just like the kata. I'm going to bring them around the side, and then as my hands come back, that's when my body moves. So, and then she turns. We can see her back. So then the next move would be here. So your hands come up. The next move is here. Then the next move from here is down and knee. So the same thing I'm going to do. Down and knee. So I hope that makes sense for how to use the Geden Shuto, the Kakiwake, and the Sagiashidachi. So that's one idea for those. The next idea is going to be after here, you have the Nakadaka Ken. So, Nakadaka Ken. Ippon Ken, Nakadaka Ken. Keep that in mind. So this one is Nakadaka Ken. You can do this with Ippon Ken. It will work, but I find I get stronger for this move when I use Nakadaka. Okay, so let's say Sophia, let's start with her grabbing me with both hands. So from this position, if she grabs it and she's holding me tight, close, I don't really have much room to punch. But again, those circular, the round motions are important when someone's close to you. So we take that Nakadaki Ken and we take the corner of the chin. So if you find it on yourself, your canine teeth, the pointy tooth, go below that where your chin starts to go out, right there. That's a wonderful spot to hit with this, and not that difficult. So when I come down, her head's going to go down, or sideways. Her head's going to go down as I hit down. I also have number 2 in case number 1 doesn't work well. So this is going to be a big motion to small, a nice loose wrist knocking motion. Now, while her head's down, then I have this move. Now this move you want to think about putting under the nose. Most people in the nose, most people don't like that. They will move. For Sophia, I'm going to put under the chin because it will work too. So fingers up, think up. Fingers down, think down. So from this position, after I've knocked, I'm going to lift her head up, and then I take a step forward. From this position, I'm thinking eyes. I'm going to take a step and push her backwards. Let's do this from the other direction so you can see a little better. So she's got me, and I could think here and knee her at the same time. That'll work too. I just want to bend her arms, knee her, pick up, chin, chin. Then I'm going to lift with these fingers. The next move, I'm going to come over on her eyes, but for now, I'm just going to put a hand on her face. Step forward, then push. And then you can take them down and really just push down, and they will go down. So that's something for the Nippon Nukute, or the two fingers, to go up under the nostrils or under the chin, and then down in the eyes. So that's another application for this that might help you perform the kata better. Let's see, there's two more applications I want to show, and then we're going to do the kata one more time, and then we're going to move on to ukes as uchis. So the next one that most people have difficulty with is, again, after here, with your Nippon Nukute, you're going to come across Teisho in Furudachi. I'll back up so you can see my feet. Furudachi. Then changing to Kokutsurachi, Teisho again. Double Genembarai. Then turning, U punch. Now, how to use that? Again, we practice everything Chudan, nice and low. But that doesn't mean you won't use it Jodan, Geidan, or some way else. We do much of our practice to develop proper muscles and body connection, so everything is strong. So when we use it, we can use it where we need to. So, as an example, if, actually, Sophie, come to this side again. So, most people will punch with their right hand. So that's why a lot of our moves are based off that. So let's say Sophia does a punch to my face. I'm not going to come here. I'm going to come up, and I'm just going to get it out of the way with the Teisho, just hand up. Then I'm going to take my other hand, and I'm going to pop her elbow. So right now I'm at her elbow, and this hand, pop. Then I'm going to throw her, depending which arm she has. So if she punches me with her right arm, I'm going to throw her this way. Then, with the back exposed, and depending on how far I throw her, it's going to be a U punch to the back. If she punches me with the left arm, same idea. Left arm, please. I'm going to go. I'm going to pop the elbow to bend her arm. I'm going to pull her past me. And then once she's past me, I'm going to attack from the back. That's one. I don't like that one as much, but that's one that I've been shown before. The one that I do like and is very effective, I hope there's sound effects for this one. If Sophia comes in and bear hugs me, just grabs me. So I can't hit her. My arms are trapped. But I can take one knuckle and... So what I did was, I just got my hands around and then went up and down on her ribs. So, as Sensei Ian likes to say, like a xylophone. You know that the musical instrument that you bang on, but you can slide up and down and make noises. That's like your ribs. I'm sliding up and down with my knuckle. Now, it doesn't take much power. If someone will let go fairly quickly as long as they're sober. So, grab again. No, bear hug. Now, don't let go. Don't let go. They will let go. I like this move as up and down on the ribs. Very good for getting out of a bear hug. You just have to lift your hands and then go up and down. Last move I'm going to talk about for this kata for Bunkai is the last punch, stand up, 1, 2, 3. And most people would tell me that I am retreating or getting away on my hops. Sophia's there, and I'm like, bye. But that does not make sense to me. So I like to, again, I'm going to use Sensei Ian because I really like his take on this one. I'll do this 2 ways. So if Sophia punches at me with her right hand, and I'm here, I step forward, now I can punch, just like before. Tate Shuto, Tate Tsuki. Now from this position, your hands come up. So I want to bring her hand here, and then roll her hand over. Then hold it. Then I'm going to step back and watch how she moves when I step back, holding her arm. She's going down, I'm going up. Now imagine my hands are on her elbow, and I jump. And I break that elbow. So that's one thought, okay? I'll do it from the other side so you can see a little bit better. So Sophia punches at me, right? I get my hand up, I come in, I even let the hand go past my face and I punch. Then this hand pushes it to my neck. So it's touching up here at my neck, and I roll her over. Once I roll her over, I want her thumb to be pointing down. That's what I want, is thumb down. Then her elbow is up, and that's good for dislocating or breaking the elbow. So from here, all I have to do is, and I've got her arm. But the other bonus is that while she's like this, she can only take very small steps. Up here, I can take big steps, but when you're bent over, it's a lot more difficult. So once I get her hand, and I'm here and I punch, right, and I get her to here, I just have to walk backwards. I walk backwards, and she's eventually going to go down the ground because she can't take the same steps that I can take. So this backing up is important to take the person down, to make sure they go to the ground. Now, unfortunately, I can't see any questions right now. I'm going to see if I can get this dashboard out of the way. Oh, no, of course not. So, oh, well, that's not working. Sorry, guys, this is my, this is not what I thought it was. Okay, I don't want that anymore. I want to go back to my video. I can't even see you guys anymore. Now I'm confused. But maybe I can, no questions. Oh, of course not. That doesn't help me. There we go. I win. All right. So, unfortunately, I can't see your questions. I'm happy to answer any and all questions or give my opinion on what I just showed. So, there are some points in Chinte that might help you perform the kata a little better. Next, our second half of the class is going to be Uke as Uchi. Now, most people translate the word uke to mean block. When, if you translate the word uke, it means to receive, to take, to get. Somebody's giving you something. And that's important. So, let's say when Sophia throws a right hand punch, let's say. If I just do this, then she can just punch me with the other hand. I don't want to just stop one hand and then get attacked by a second hand. I want to do something about it. So instead, in all of our ukes, we have a cover. For agi uke, our hand goes out, and then we lift. For soto uke, our hand goes out, and then we block. Uchi uke, hand goes out, and then we move. Gadambarai, hand goes out, and then we move. Shuto uke, hand goes out, right, and then we move. So, because of all of those, I think more that there is no defense. It's all taking and attacking back for most of karate is my thought. So, let's say, actually come to this side, Sophia, just because if you punch with her right now. So let's say Sophia is going to punch with she's going to punch me in the face. I'm just going to raise my hand up, just like Agiyuke. Then I'm going to use my other hand, grab and attack. So I'm thinking Uchi, not Uke. To do that a little faster, and this Hikate hand, very important. More important than we practice usually. So Sophia throws a punch at me. There's another one. Sophia throws a punch at me. Then here, pop the arm. Sophia throws a punch at me. Get Ambarai. And Sophia throws a punch at me. Shuto uke. So all of these can be used as attacks. And most of the time we only think that an Agiyuke looks like this. Punch. There's Agiyuke. Great. Now what? She has another hand. I don't want to have to block again. And then every time I only block, then it gives her the chance to attack again. So punch again. Now what? Both of my hands are busy. Is she just going to stand there, or is she probably going to kick or punch or do something else to me? So it's important not to only block. Because if you only block, you will always be blocking. This person will always be attacking. And that's important to know to finish. To finish self-defense. So if she wants to hurt me, I don't want to give her chances to keep punching, to keep kicking. I want, after the first time, to finish it. I don't, especially if there's more than one person. I only want to take one chance. So, Sophia punches at my face and down. Right there. And then she's done, right? Then I can move on to the next person. So it's very important to think about your ukes more as uchis if you want to protect yourself outside the dojo. Inside the dojo, you're going to get this. Left side number up. Hey! Oitsuki Jodo. H. There. That's in the dojo. This isn't real life. This is training only. And most people forget that. Or if we do sparring, my thing, and she attacks me with something, whatever, right? And here, that's it. It's a game of tag. This is not real life. If this was real life and she gets her hands up, I'm going to be coming in and down, and that's more real life. I'm not going to just wait for her to punch to Suki or carry, I'm not going to wait for that. I'm going to take her down. And so you have to change how you think. That's important. So, first one we're going to do together. Last point. When Sophia punches at me, I don't want to be in a Zenkutsurachi, even a small Zenkutsurachi. I want to be more Kokutsurachi for a reason. Sophia, punch, please. If I'm here in Zenkutsurachi when I move forward, I have no space. I can barely elbow her. I can't Hizagari, maybe, no carries, no room. That's important. This time when she punches me, I'm going to be in Kokutsurachi instead. Go for it. Now I'm back here. Now I have room to punch. Now I have room to Hiza. Now I have room to Tateempi. Or I have room to Agiyuke. So I want you to start thinking more for attack. I'm going to do a few with you, but it's something that you can practice at home very easily. So we're going to do Kokutsurachi, Oya, Agiyuke. But I want you to think here, not here. So not so much up, but more forward to strike under here. Okay? So you can do this with me if you like. We're going to do 2 moves. First move blocks a punch. Second move strikes right under here. So 1 move up, second move forward. Okay? So let's try from here. Stepping forward with your left hand. This is my left leg. Kokutsurachi, Agiyuke. Now, stepping forward, attack the neck, Agiyuke, Kokutsurachi. Good. And come back. So, first one up, second one forward. Ready. H, up, knee, forward. Then return. One more time. H, up, knee, forward. Then return. So, I guess I should back up for a moment. That's stage 2. Stage 1 is changing your thinking. Making sure that your ukes are uchis, or attacks. So when you practice agiyuke just in shizentai, in hikodachi, or hichijidachi, or whatever stance you want, from here, don't just think up. Up isn't good enough. You have to think attack. And that will make your block faster and stronger. And your mind will be more focused, more kime. So from here, I want you to do 10 agiyuke with my count, thinking that they're a block. Ready? H, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hutch, ku, ju. Okay, now we are going to do 10 agiyuke where you think attack, where you think uchi and come under the neck, or under the chin, I should say. So this time, see if that makes your block stronger. Think attack. Ready? H, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hutch, ku, ju. Did that make a difference for you? I have taught this in my dojo, and it has made a difference for people. So I'm hoping it will make a difference for you in how fast and strong your ukes are, whether you're using them as an uke or as an uchi. So now back to what I was talking about. 2 steps. First step, up. Second step, forward. So if Sophia was here, let's say Sophia gets close enough and tries to punch me in the face. Boom. That's your move. 1 agiyuke, another agiyuke. 2 agiyuke, so that she does not have time to attack me again. That's your thought. You have to move as 1. It has to be 1 step, not 2 steps. One more time, please. 1 move, not 2 moves. Very important, especially when you're doing self-defense, because if I stop, then she gets to hit me back. And I don't like getting hit. So if you stop, Sophia, I'm going to get hit. I don't want this. So it has to be, okay, no, Sophia, I'm done with you now. It has to be from here, it's got to be with no time between. 1 move, not 2. So let's do that again. 2 steps. And I really like Kokutsurachi, because then I have space for my arms. If I'm in Zenkutsurachi, no space for my arms. So something to keep in mind. You can do this with all the blocks. So, for example, Uchi. It's going to be up as a block, then forward as an attack. That one's fairly simple. Soto Uchi, same idea. You can do your first one, let's say they're coming and they're going to be coming face or body. Sophia, you should really get that away. Okay, so now if Sophia throws a punch with her right hand again, that's the most common. Do not use your left hand as a Soto Uchi. Actually, no, let's change spots so that you can see. This one's important. So Agi Uchi, Uchi Uchi, Shuto Uchi, Gerambarai, all okay, left arm for her right arm. But Soto Uchi, not so much. Because if she does a punch at me, I don't want to bring it into my face. That's not helpful. And you get hit in the face, it hurts, no matter how strong you are. So instead, I would do opposite. Punch again. Opposite. Right arm for right arm. Now from here, I have two easy choices. One is, I grab her hand, elbow, break the arm. Another option is across the neck. Similar to Shuto Uchi, but from the opposite side, or even temple, more like a kentsui, or a hammer fist, when coming around. So Soto Uchi is different. You have to pay attention. Uchi Uchi, Gerambarai, Shuto Uchi, Agi Uchi can all be used pretty much the same way. Thank you, Sophie. So the others you can practice the exact same way as Agi Uchi. So the first move would be for Soto Uchi, just a block in Kokutsurachi style. Then your next move is grab and strike, or Uchi. Uchi Uchi, same idea. Now we're going to turn it into a Uchi Uchi. Translations are difficult sometimes. So, Uchi Uchi, and it could be Jodan, Chudan, Geidan, whatever works at the time. Then grab, come underneath, and Uchi Uchi. Gerambarai, same idea. It could be Chudan or Geidan, that's fine. Gerambarai, then grab. Now, this time come up and come across the head. And then push their head down. That's your attack. Actually, Sophia, can you do it again? I did this once. But if she punches at my face, right, and I get my hand up, then this hand comes up, and I'm going to step forward. My leg is here, and down. So Gerambarai is very good to put somebody down with. Very useful. Thank you, Sophia. So on the next one, on Gerambarai, block, whether it's here, doesn't matter. This could be your set. This could be your set. Block that hand, bend, grab, take the hand up high, pretend you're around the neck, and push them down. That is a more effective way than just doing this here. A kentsui to your stomach, not very effective. But a kentsui across the neck to knock them down, very effective. Last one would be Shuto Uchi. Same idea. Get the hands up and cover. Block your opponent. Whether it's Jodan or Chudan, doesn't matter. Then grab. Pick up this hand and down on the side of the neck. Nice big hit. So you can use them one right after the other. One as a block, one as an attack. Now, the last way I really appreciate Shuto Uchi is because it can be used very quickly in another idea. Miss Sophia, come on over. In most fights, not in the dojo, outside the dojo, people are going to have their hands up and they're going to be ready to just swing. You see it in UFC. Now, if I attack her, she's not going to let me hit her, I hope. Right? She's going to block, I hope. I have to get rid of her hands. Her hands are in the way. So I like shuto-oke for that. So this is reach out, come down. So her hands are up, I hope. It doesn't matter which hand I use. I'm going to push. I'm going to push her hand into her body. Now, hit me with the other hand. She can't, because I'm pushing. This is a push, straight into here. Then from here, I can pick up my hand and come down right there. So I really like this for trapping. For real life, hands up. And it doesn't matter which side you do. Again, one move, not two moves. It's important to have no time, no space. And if her hands are that low, I can just punch her in the face anyway. Get your hands up, lady. Good. This is real life. Hands are up, protecting face. This isn't dojo sparring. This is regular. So from here, push. Right? Push. And go. That is what you want to do. But it has to be still hip. 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 Right? Two hips. First hip, same hand. So if I use this hand, I use this hip. If I use this hand, I use this hip. And you always want to, that's a basic rule, or something that will make your technique stronger. So Sophia has her hands up. If I use no hip, just arm, and I push her, and she's strong, she's stronger in this position here than I am in this position. So I need to use my hip, I need to use my bottom heel, holding and strong. Then it's almost like she has no power. So heel, hip, hand. Same time. Then now she's in trouble. Now she's open and I come in. So I really appreciate shuto-oke when someone has their hands in the way. Really works well. Thank you, Sophie. So, I hope this gives you some ideas. Practice your ukes as uchis. Practice your blocks as strikes. That's really important. Not only so that you can use them when necessary, but also so that you get faster and you start thinking of them a different way. If you only think of them as blocks, then you will only use them as blocks. If you think of them as both blocks and attacks, then you can use them as both, and that's important. So I'm going to come for a little. I'm going to see if there's any way I can see questions right now, as I apologize, I'm new to this. Oh, of course there's comments now, but here we go. Oh, thanks, Yaram. Of course it was you. All right. So, if you ever have any questions about this, I'm more than happy to answer them. You can find me at either Ryan Porath or at my dojo's page, Hidden Fortress Karate. I have both hiddenfortresskarate.com if you want to find my email. I have a Facebook page and I have an Instagram page as well. So I'm happy to answer anything. If you want to send a video to me and have me give you feedback on that video, more than happy to. But those are the points I wanted to share with you today. And I'm happy to elaborate or talk more about this anytime. So for now, I'm going to finish off class. Seiza. Makuso. Makuso yame. Shomani. Right? Otagani. Right? understand I talk a lot, but I try to give as much information as I can, and it's difficult sometimes. So I hope you enjoyed today's class. I hope I can figure out a better setup on my phone or on my computer so that I can read your comments as class is going on. And thank you very much, Sensei Yaron, for having me teach a class for this group. Have yourselves a wonderful Saturday.